Monsters of the Midway, the roar is building in Chicago. After a rocky start that had Bears fans holding their breath, the team sits at 5-3, clawing their way back into the playoff conversation. It's been 5 long years since their last postseason dance, and with a crucial matchup against the struggling New York Giants looming at Soldier Field this Sunday, every move counts. The air is thick with that familiar Chicago grit, wins piling up against the underdogs, but now the pressure's on to keep the momentum alive. Roster tweaks are happening fast, decisions that could tip the scales in this playoff push. If you're part of this crew, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation. This community runs on real fans like you. And at the heart of one of those bold moves, Miles Boykin, the local kid who dreamed big under the Midway lights. The Bears just handed him his walking papers, releasing the wide receiver who's been fighting for a spot since signing on this offseason. It's a story that hits close to home, blending hometown hope with the harsh realities of the grind. Boykin, a product of the Chicago suburbs, brought that fighting Irish fire from Notre Dame to the pros, but now his journey with the Bears has hit a permanent roadblock. Cut for the second time this season, he's out. For good, it seems, leaving fans to wonder what this means for the Monsters' receiver room as they gear up for the Giants. Let's rewind a bit. The Bears' season started with a gut punch. Back-to-back losses to divisional foes, the Vikings and Lions, dropping them into a hole that felt all too familiar. Chicago hasn't tasted playoff glory since 2018 and only twice since 2010. But under new head coach Ben Johnson, there's a spark. They've rebounded fiercely, winning 5 of their last 6, feasting on sub-500 squads. Heading into Week 10, their only loss to a winning team was that 30-16 heartbreaker to the Ravens, who themselves are scraping by at 3-5. It's been a diet of winnable games, and now the Giants, 2-7 and floundering with rookie QB Jackson Dart, represent another chance to build that resume. Soldier Field will be rocking, the Fox early slot shining a national spotlight on this clash. The Bears hold the number 8 seed in the NFC, but those 2 divisional defeats loom large. A win here keeps them in the hunt, breathing life into dreams of a 3rd playoff appearance this decade. And to sharpen their edge, the front office didn't waste time. Saturday's roster shuffle included parting ways with Boykin, the free agent wideout who inked a 1-year, $1.2 million deal back in April. New Lenox native from Providence Catholic High, just 40 miles from the city, Boykin was supposed to be that feel-good story, a local hero returning to make his mark. His college days at Notre Dame painted a promising picture. 77 catches, 1,206 yards over 3 seasons, that Golden Dome grit translating to the field. The Ravens saw enough to snag him in the 3rd round, 93rd overall in 2019. Early pro career flashed potential, 464 yards and 7 touchdowns in his first 2 years with Baltimore. But the shine faded, bouncing to the Steelers for 2022 and 2023 where he last saw action, then lingering on the Seahawks practice squad most of this year before the Bears came calling. Chicago offered a fresh start, a chance to compete in a receiver room hungry for depth. Training camp buzz had Boykin pegged to edge out the Bears' own 2023 4th-rounder Tyler Scott for a roster spot. Pundits like Brendan Sugru from USA Today Bears Wire highlighted his early promise but noted the pro struggles since. Scott got the axe on August 26, ping-ponging to the Colts, Seahawks, and now the Rams without a snap. Boykin cut from camp 2 but scooped back to the practice squad. No calls came, no targets. Just waiting in the wings while the Bears surged. Now on the eve of this pivotal Giants game, the Bears pulled the trigger again. Boykin's out, and per CBS Sports, he's shopping his special teams savvy and depth potential elsewhere. At 29 with 7 years in the league, he's no rookie dream anymore. But for Bears fans, it's bittersweet. This is the guy who grew up cheering from the suburbs, idolizing the monsters of the Midway. Releasing him feels like closing a chapter on that local lore, even if it's pragmatic for a team eyeing the playoffs. Think about the stakes. The Giants are limping in, their season a mess around Dart's rookie growing pains. Chicago's defense, that vaunted unit, can exploit the mismatches. Offensively, with DJ Moore and the crew, they don't need Boykin to win, but depth matters. Special teams could swing it. Johnson's squad is built on recovery, on turning early chaos into late-season fire. Boykin's exit is just one piece, a fine-tune in the machine, but it underscores the ruthlessness, no sentiment in the hunt. As the cannons of hope fire up in Chicago, fans are left reflecting on what it takes to roar back to relevance. The practice squad spot opens eyes for younger blood, perhaps elevating someone from within. Boykin's departure might not make headlines like a blockbuster trade, but in the trenches of an 5-3 push, it's the kind of move that keeps the engine humming. Hometown ties pull at the heartstrings, but the Midway demands results. With the nation watching Sunday, the Bears have to channel that into victory, keeping playoff dreams alive against a foe they should devour. It's all part of the grind, the emotional roller coaster that binds this fan base tighter than ever. Diving deeper into Boykin's saga, you can't help but feel the weight of unfulfilled promise. That 2019 draft day in Baltimore, it was supposed to launch a star. 3rd round high hopes for the 62 frame, those Notre Dame hands snatching contested balls. Early returns delivered. As a rookie, 11 catches for 131 yards and a score. Year 2, he added 25 receptions, 333 yards, 6 TDs, flashes of that college explosiveness. But then the plateau. Injuries nagged, roles shrank, and by 2021 he was a non-factor in Baltimore, leading to the Steelers' door. Pittsburgh gave him a shot at revival, but it was more of the same. Special teams duty, sporadic snaps. In 2022, just 7 catches for 51 yards. 2023, even less, buried on depth charts as the Steel Curtain rebuilt. Last NFL action was a handful of games that year, totaling a measly 22 yards receiving. Then the wilderness, Seahawks practice squad in 2024, grinding without glory. Enter the Bears, April's signing a beacon. $1.2 million, $1 year. Low risk, high reward if the local angle ignited something. But reality bit hard. Training camp pitted him against Scott, the rookie with upside. Predictions favored Boykin initially, experience over potential, the suburban story selling itself. Yet Scott stayed, Boykin fell. Resigned to practice, he watched from afar as the Bears turned their season around. That -2 start, Vikings' precision and Lions' roar left scars, but Chicago responded. Wins over easier marks built confidence, Johnson's schemes clicking. Now 5-3, there ain't no juggernaut, but the trajectory points up. Releasing Boykin now less than 24 hours before Giants kickoff screams focus. The Bears aren't rebuilding, they're contending. No room for maybes when playoffs beckon. For fans, it's a gut check. Boykin embodied the dream, the kid from New Lenox making it back to Soldier Field, perhaps catching passes under those iconic lights. Providence Catholic roots run deep in Chicago lore, a pipeline of grit. Instead, his Bears tenure, 0 snaps, 2 cuts. Harsh, but that's the NFL, unforgiving where sentiment yields to strategy. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the receiver core? Depth remains key, especially with special teams where Boykin excelled. His pro career, reliable gunner, blocker, the unsung heroics. CBS pegs him as a fit for teams needing that plug-and-play vet. Rams, maybe with Scott there already, or a contender bolstering for a run. For Chicago, it's about elevation. Undrafted gems or late-rounders step up, hungry to fill the void. Johnson's philosophy, adapt, evolve, win now. The Giants' matchup amplifies everything. Soldier Field, early Fox window, prime time for the monsters to feast. Darts, rookie jitters against Chicago's pass rush, ripe for turnovers. Bears' offense, averaging solid yards lately, can control the clock. A win vaults them, keeps that number 8 seed breathing. Lose, and those divisional LS haunt deeper. Boykin's exit is a microcosm, shedding weight to climb higher. No distractions, just execution. Bears Nation, feel that midway pulse. It's the heartbeat of resilience. From the Bears dynasty echoes to modern rebuilds, Chicago football is passion forged in winter winds. Boykin's story adds to the tapestry, not a fairy tale, but a reminder of the chase. As Sunday dawns, the roar builds, playoffs in sight after years in the shadows. This roster move, though quiet, sharpens the claws. Win out against the weak, steal from the strong, and who knows, third postseason since 2010 could be reality. Reflect on the journey. 5 wins in 6, testament to Johnson's steady hand, players buying in. Giants with 2 victories max are speed bump, but complacency kills. Boykin's farewell underscores urgency, every snap, every decision matters. Fans, under those stadium lights, your energy fuels it. The local boys release stings, but the bigger picture gleams. Hope renewed, the hunt alive. Monsters of the Midway charge on. The season's turning and Chicago's ready to bite.